Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race preview on this Derby weekend here at Bangalore. As we kickstart the race preview of the first race, the Delhi Cup Division 2, distances 1400, horses rated 0 to 20. We start off with the first runner coming up will be number 1, Savisa, who ran 7. SINGHSAAB was the winner. Almost was gracing the wrong end of the field was Savisa. Duty Call, on the other hand, was up there in that 5th position and did end up finishing on 5th itself as Duty Call, whereas Savisa was the one who ran 7th. Twice in the money, but the other two occasions off the frame was Savisa's Tungstop Crossnose Band rated at 16 is number 1 Savisa, whereas number 6 in the card is Duty Call. This horse has been pretty consistent, barring this one run where he finished on 5th. Is Duty Calls from Tungstop Crossnose Band, Pacify Blinkers rated at 8. Above the rest, who ran 5th, the CHULA VISTA is the winner, very primely positioned, and number 11, Romantic Heaven, was traveling about 6 wide and ran 6th on the starting, came in from that wide outside to come and run 6th on the starting, whereas above the rest was up there in the 3rd position right until the final 100 meters, and then had to finish on ending up 5th on the starting after the 7th, and SHIVALIK is one Blinkers Tungstop rated at 13. And the other runner in this race is Romantic Heaven, ran 6th, rated at 3, one tongue strap. Well, 3 will be Jersey Storm. Jersey Storm ran 8th. High Admiral was the winner. And Jersey Storm in the colors of red with white vertical halves ended up in that back bunch, finishing on 8th out of 12 runners. High Admiral, the eventual winner, won with a measure of comfort, in fact, as High Admiral, was Jersey Storm ran ending up 8th on the starting. One tongue strap basketball rated at 12. 4 will be Odyssey. Odyssey ran 3rd. Scarlet Princess, the eventual winner in this race, won by a comfortable margin, was Scarlet Princess, whereas Odyssey was the one who was traveling about 5 wide off the fence, almost 4th at this stage, and ended up eventually running ultimately 3rd under the vigorous riding of the jockey to come and finish on 3rd as Tongue Stop rated at 11. 5 will be Wings. Wings ran 4th, Smile of Joy. The winner, race number 72 of that mile trip. Stringer Pearls finished on 7th on the starting. But let's have a look at Wings' credentials. Started off on a winning note, beating String of Pearls on the first occasion, and subsequently ran 4th, being Smile of Joy from Blinkers Hang, but rated at 10. Whereas the other runner in this race is String of Pearls. This horse ended up finishing on 2nd in the first turning behind Wings, and on this occasion, much was expected of an improvement, but ran a pathetic race, running 7th out of 8 runners, just beating one home from Blinkers Tungstop Crossnose Band, rated at 5. Well, 7 will be Purity. Purity ran 2nd. Glorious Days was the winner of this race, and Purity traveling about 5 wide, and even more wider was Tough Prospector, who ran 4th on the starting. Let's have a look at the first runner, that's Purity. This horse has had 3 runs. Out of the 3 runs, ran 2nd on the starting behind Glorious Days was Purity's from Blinkers Tungstop Crossnose Band, rated at 8. 10 on the then Tough Prospector finished on 4th on the starting in his lone outing this summer from Blinkers Tungstop Crossnose Band, rated at 5. 8 will be African. African ran 10th. Last, in fact, Songkran was the winner of this race, and African ran a listless performance on the starting, ending up last on the starting. Songkran, the winner, but previously in winter, ran once 3rd behind Fierce Fighters from Tungstop Crossnose Band. Pacify Blinkers rated at 5. And we move on to the next runner, that's number 12, South Bell, for the last race. In fact, the last runner for the first race. So South Bell coming up. South Bell is the one who ran 7th. I Do What I Do is the one which comes up for scrutiny. This is the last runner for the first race. The South Bell, West Virginia to Tinkerbell, has had a couple of outings, but in this run ran 7th out of 9 runners. 3rd for most part of the journey, dropped positions and ran 7th out of 9 runners for the 7 furlong test from Blinkers Tungstop rated at 2. The second race coming up, the Mysore Cup, distance is 1200 for maiden horses, 3 years old only. We have a look at number 1, Desert Combat, who ran 3rd. ABIRA was the winner of this race, and ABIRA literally sauntered the opposition. Look at the ease at which ABIRA won, whereas Desert Combat was in the finishing on 3rd on the sorting is Desert Combat. After running 5th behind Corona del Corsa, ran 3rd on the sorting. Bring Crossnose Band is number 1, Desert Combat. Miss Likazi, who ran 3rd, the Stormbreaker, was the winner. Race number 105 is the one which is in question, and Miss Likazi was 4th for most part of the journey. Ended up just one ahead in his positions and ran 3rd on the sorting is Miss Likazi. 3rd out of 6 runners, where Stormbreaker, the winner. Putting Blinkers Tongue Strap is number 2, Miss Likazi. 3 will be Awesome Girl. Awesome Girl was in that back bunch and ran 6th on the sorting is Awesome Girl. Samit out of Velvet Queen is number 3, Awesome Girl, who ran 6th on the sorting. Race number 43 is the one which is in Costino, that 6 furlong trip. And Commodus was the winner, whereas Awesome Girl ran in that mid-pack tongue stop basket bet. 5 will be Donna Bella ran 4th. The Gift of Grace was the winner and had that opening and free opening. In fact, could have come and finished on far more closer, but ran 4th on the sorting is Donna Bella. Gift of Grace won by a comfortable margin, whereas Donna Bella, both occasions running 4th. 4th being Commodus, 4th being Gift of Grace, tongue start. 7 will be Queen Regnant. Queen Regnant is the one who was catching up the front runners and ended up finishing on 3rd in the sorting, just about 2 1/4 lengths separating the first 3 runners, in fact, and did run a good race on his opening outing as Queen Regnant. Dean Sketinov aimed to achieve. The third race, the Delhi Cup Division 1, distance 1400, forces rated 0 to 20. We have a look at number 1, Chinese Princess, who ran 3rd. VAIL was the winner of this race, and Chinese Princess was in that 2nd position and did end up by finishing on 3rd ultimately, with a couple of horses coming into the fighting line, and ultimately Chinese Princess finished on ending up 3rd out of 11 runners. Will be 3 Wishes, who ran 4th. The Marco Polo is the winner of this race, and also go across to number 7. Coming up will be Ocean Park. Towards the rail side was Ocean Park, and Marco Polo came and eventually won on this occasion. But let's have a look at 3 Wishes' credential. 3 Wishes was the one who was leading the pack and did end up by finishing on 4th on the sorting. Led the field and ended up finishing on 4th. It has been pretty consistent right throughout the season. Is 3 Wishes from Tungsta Crosses span rated at 20, whereas number 7 in the card, Ocean Park, after running a forward race, finished on ending up 9th out of 9 runners. Last, in fact, from Tungsta rated at 15. 3 will be All By Myself, and number 6 coming up will be Love My Boss. That's the next 2 runners. All By Myself was the one who was leading the pack. Songkran was the one which is waiting to pounce on the front runner. Love My Boss ended up in that mid-pack. 7th, in fact, is Love My Boss. But let's have a look at All By Myself. All By Myself was the one who was at 3 outings. 8th being Cosmos, 5th being Tarashini, originally 3rd, step down in objection, and 2nd behind Songkran, in fact, led the field and ran 2nd. Whereas Love My Boss has at 2 outings. 6th behind High Admiral, 7th on the starting bench, Songkran, rated at 16 small blinkers and tongue strap is number 6, Love My Boss. Turn Opinion to Sydney is number 6, Love My Boss. We move on to number 4, Honey Trap. Honey Trap ran 4th. This is another runner which led the pack and ended up finishing on 4th on the sorting is Honey Trap. Over that mile trip, ended up finishing on 4th out of 9 runners. Ice Speed was the winner of this race. Yet another runner which has been pretty consistent in his winter last 3 outings as Honey Trap's blinkers rated at 10, rated at 18, and this occasion ran. Showgirl, who ran 7th. Darashini was the winner of this race, and Showgirl was the one, pretty closely poised, in fact, is Showgirl. Sporting that white cap, almost 6th at this stage is Showgirl, and ended up eventually finishing on 7th out of 12 runners in race number 49. Darasini was the winner, sporting Pacify Blinkers, cross nose band rated at 18 is number 5, Showgirl. Alif comes up next. Alif was the one who ran 3rd. Smile of Joy was the winner of this race. Traveled about 3-4 wide off the fence was Alif. Is at a fantastic Dubai at Jazego is number 8, Alif. Race number 72. Did end up by finishing on 3rd on this outing as Alif behind a Smile of Joy over that mile trip as putting side cheek piece rated at 49 will be Great Celebration. Great Celebration ran 6th. Shivalik Kiss was the winner of this race, and Great Celebration was in that back bunch and ended up 6th out of 9 runners. In fact, after that 7th behind Ice Speed in this occasion ran 6th out of 9 runners. Shivalik Kiss was the winner of this race. Spun cross nose band rated at 14 is number 9, Great Celebration. Roy Merritt of Ritz Celebration is number 9, Great Celebration. Hunter's Moon, number 10 in the card, who ran 6th. The SINGHSAAB was the winner of this race, and Hunter's Moon is out of Lord Admiral out of Second City is number 10, Hunter's Moon. This horse has had 4 outings, once 3rd, and in this occasion ran 6th out of 8 runners is Hunter's Moon. From Tungsta Crosses and Pacify Blinkers rubber bit rated at 14 is number 10, Hunter's Moon. 11 will be Natali. Natali ran 9th. who simply magical was the winner of this race, whereas Natali was being produced the widest of all, almost 8-10 wide off the fence, in fact, as a Natali, but ended up finishing on ninth out of 12 runners in the field, pretty widely spread out, and ended up finishing on ninth on the sortings. From Blinkers tongue stop rated at 14. 12 will be Irish Prince. Irish Prince ran 11th. Well, this horse hasn't shown any form at all, either in winter or here this summer, as at 4 outings, and seems to be showing in some listless performances. In fact, hasn't shown any form at all right throughout. Is Irish Prince. King Duck out of Irish Lover, sporting Blinkers cross nose band rated at 12 is number 12, Irish Prince. We move on to the fourth race, the KN Guruswamy Memorial Trophy. Distance is 1600, forces rated 16 above. We start off with the first runner is Ultimate Warrior, who ran ninth. Automatic was the winner of this race. Magistero coming up, who ran seventh. Automatic, one who came alongside and eventually won on this occasion, came with a rattle, in fact, as Automatic to eventually win this race as Automatic, whereas Ultimate Warrior ended up in that pack munch, ninth out of 9 runners after doing all the runnings. From Blinkers tongue stop rated at 88. Number 3, Magistero finished on 7th, twice in the money, and 7th on the sortings, rated at 76. 2 will be Bascadaro. Also coming up for scrutiny will be number 5, She's My Script. These are the 2 runners. We go cross to Bascadaro, ran 6th on the sorting. Well, up there in front, beautifully positioned. In fact, She's My Script was traveling about 6 wide off the fence and came up with a lightning run on the outside. Written way off the pace is She's My Script, but came with a lightning run to come, and overall the front runners and won by a decisive margin. In fact, by a margin of a length. There you can see it came and swamped onto the front runners as She's My Script, whereas Bascadaro ended up in that mid-max when Tungsta crosses, but Bascadaro rated at 76, whereas She's My Script finished on as an eventual winners when Crosshouse band rated as 74. Psychic Force, who ran 5th. Lauren Dean was the one who was the eventual winner. Punjabi Girl traveled about 4 wide and ran 2nd on the sorting as Punjabi Girl. But let's have a look at Psychic Force's credential, who ran 5th on the sorting. Very sparingly raced, in fact, as Psychic Force, and ended up 5th out of 10 runners when Tongue Strap Basket Bet Hood rated as 75. Whereas number 7 in the card coming up will be Punjabi Girl. Cabin ended up in fact, second, just about 2 3/4 separating the first 2 runners. First, from Tongue Stop rated at 70 is number 7, Punjabi Girl. 6 will be Corybantic. Corybantic ran 8th. The Star Superior was the winner of this race, and Corybantic was the one who was in that last position and ended up finishing on there itself is Corybantic. Excellent out of Dancing Images. Corybantic ran twice, and both his runs disappointing. Spring Blinkers Tongue Stop rated at 70. 8 will be New Creation. New Creation is the one sporting the red cap, traveled on the wide, almost 6 wide off the fence, sporting the red cap, and finished on ending up 8th on the starting. Adjudicate the eventual winner, whereas this was New Creation, ran 8th over that 9 furlong trips from Tungsta Crossness band, rated at 68. 9 will be Dr. Logan. Dr. Logan has had 4 outings, of which 2 in the money is Dr. Logan finishing on 2nd. In this occasion is Dr. Logan, just about 5 lengths separating the first 2 runners. Eolis, the winner of this race. Dr. Logan ran 5 lengths off behind the winner and rated at 67. When Tongue Stop and Crossnose band is number 9, Dr. Logan, Charm Out of Advantage Logan. 10 will be Mr. Handsome. Mr. Handsome ran 4th. It came in from behind to end up finishing on 4th over the 2,000-meter trip, where the winner there was Secret of Force. 6th behind Lauren Dean in race number 67, but on this occasion ran 4th over the 2,000-meter responding. Blinkers Tongue Stop Rubber Debate, rated at 65. 11 will be Blue Moon. Blue Moon ran 2nd. Impa, as the winner of this race, came into the fighting line, led the field, in fact, as Blue Moon, but Impa came and eventually overall the front runner and won by a margin of 2.25 lengths, whereas Blue Moon, winner in his last outing, beating Into the Groove, and in this occasion, 2nd behind Impa, Tongue Stop rated at 62. 12 will be Ambrosio. Ambrosio ran 2nd. Is Ambrosio, multi-dimensional draft of Ambrosia is number 12, Ambrosio. Well, started off on a winning note in race number 3, beating Secret to Force, but this occasion, 2nd out of 9 runners. Eolis, the winner. Nose separating the first 2 runners. Almost came in from that back punch to come and end up eventually finishing on a close 2nd on the sorting. The fifth race is the Nawab Mashad Ali Khan Memorial Cup. Distance is 1400 for 3-year-old horses only. And we have a look at the first runner, in fact, is Breaking Bounds, who ran fourth. Stormbreaker was the winner. Roma Victor was towards the rail side and finished on fifth. On the starting is Roma Victor. But let's have a look at the first runner, Breaking Bounds, who ran fourth out of six runners. Is Breaking Bounds. Stormbreaker was the winner. We have seen this footage earlier, and Breaking Bounds had to be ridden out vigorously, come and finish on fourth on the starting, rated at 66 is number one, Breaking Bounds, whereas number two, Roma Victor, finished on in that back bunch. Fifth, in fact, is Roma Victor. Gusto out of Romantic Spirit, previously winner, beating Animal Queens from Blinkers Tungster Basket, but rated at 59. 3 will be Mystic Bay. Mystic Bay was the one very primely positioned and ended up finishing on sixth on the starting is Mystic Bay. After that, second being Warhammer, ended up finishing on sixth out of eight runners, being Warhammer in race number 97, rated at 50 cents per tongue strap is number 3, Mystic Bay. 4 will be Star Cavalry. Star Cavalry ran fourth. The Corona del Cosa was the winner of this race, and Star Cavalry was the one who started off his campaign in summer with a third behind Renegade, but on this occasion, in a higher class, came and ended up finishing on fourth behind Corona del Corsa. Corporate Jungle out of Sparta is number 4, Star Cavalry, rated at 30 cents from Blinkers and Tongue Strap. 5 will be Victorious Sermon. The eventual winner in this race was Victorious Sermon. This is another runner. After knocking at the door twice, eventually came and won on this occasion by a margin of a short neck, with Southern Ruler coming and inching in the gap to just about a short neck, and Victorious Sermon just managed to win when Tungster crosses band, rated at 54. 6 will be ABIRA. Well, ABIRA was the one who was the eventual winner in this race, and Brothers in Arms was the one who ran second, but ABIRA literally sauntered the opposition after that second being Corona del Corsa. Tungster crosses band, rated at 50 is number 6, ABIRA. 7 will be Gift of Grace. The eventual winner in this race is Gift of Grace. Well, up there in front is Gift of Grace, and quickened at the all-important end, and won by a lengthening margin, beating Constanza as Gift of Grace. Speaking of which, out of Appeasing is number 7, Gift of Grace, from Tungster, rated at 45. We move on to number 8, Palm Reader. Palm Reader ran third. Well Connected was the winner of this race, and Palm Reader was the one in the colors of gold with the orange disc. Is Palm Reader. Traveled about 7 wide off the fence, but ended up eventually finishing on third in this outing is Palm Reader. Sporting Crossnose Band, Well Connected was the winner. The sixth race coming up is the Chennai Cup Division 1. Distance is 1100 meters. Horses rated 50 to 35. And we have a look at the first runner is Ultimate Speed. Ultimate Speed was the one who ran fourth on the starting is Ultimate Speed. Well, traveling about 5 wide off the fence was Ultimate Speed, and eventually ran fourth out of 8 runners is Ultimate Speed. Rated at 34 is Ultimate Speed. 2 will be Charmaine. Charmaine ran 11th. Spirituous was the winner of this race. Well, last, in fact, is Charmaine, and ended up just beating one home on the starting. A supported of Caribbean Queen is number 2, Charmaine. From Blinkers Tungster Crosses band, rated at 32 is number 2, Charmaine. 3 will be Mischief Flyer, and number 11 also coming up for scrutiny. These are the 2 runners. Let's have a look at the first runner is number 3, Mischief Flyer. Well, Mischief Flyer started off by running 12th being Mahanati, 5th being Anfia, and 2nd being MORRANE. Gabriella is Mischief Flyer, rated at 31. Whereas number 11 coming up will be Perfect King. 2nd on the first running being Pink Smile, 8th being Varkaswa, and 7th out of 8 runners being MORRANE. Gabriella is Perfect King. Express Wish Shrones from Blinkers Tungster Crossnose Band, rated at 22 is number 11, Perfect King. 4 will be Papadokia. That's the next one we go across to. Papadokia ran 7th. Star Man was the winner of this race, and Papadokia was the one who was in that back bunch was Papadokia, and never raised any semblance of form at all as Papadokia this season, having run twice in Bangalore Sabha. Ran 12th being Spirituous, and 7th being Starman as Papadokia's Tungster Crosses band, rated at 31. 5 will be Flicka. Flicka ran 8th on this occasion as Flicka. Well, hard pushed and ended up eventually running 8th on the starting. This horse has had 4 outings in winter, and all his 4 runs off the frame is Flicka. Rebuttal out of Ilonsley as Tungster, rated at 30 is number 5, Flicka. 6 will be Princess Holly, and also coming up for scrutiny will be number 9, Kasoli. These are the 2 runners. Princess Holly was the one who ran ending up 6th on the starting, has been running quite frequently. In fact, has had 4 outings this season and ended up 6th out of 8 runners being Bernardini rated at 28, whereas Casoli was the one was literally struggling in that back bunch and ended up finishing on 8th out of 8 runners is Casoli. Tungstop rated at 26. Last, in fact, on this occasion is Casoli. What's the script to a seagull is number 9, Casoli. Simply Magical is the next runner. Simply Magical, the eventual winner in this race, well led the field and eventually held on to win by a margin of a length, 1.25. In fact, is Simply Magical in a pillar to post victory. Simply Magical stayed off the challenge with the late finishing Himachali and won by a margin of 1.25 lengths. Blinkers Tungster Crosses band rated at 28. 8 will be Lagapus, who ran third. Touch Your Destiny was the winner of this race, and Lagapus was the one in race number 7, finished on third. And it was a close finish with Lagapus running a mighty race. In fact, to finish on third behind Touch Your Destiny, rated at 20 cents. Blinkers Tungster Crossnose band. Well, 10 will be Bold Runner. Bold Runner did end up finishing on third, where Capstone was the winner of this race, whereas Bold Runner finished on ending up third on the sorting as this occasion. And Bold Runner in race number 79, just about 5.5 runs separating the first 3 runners, rated 3. The 7th race is the Angel Dust Trophy, handicap for horses rated 30 to 50, distance run is 1200 meters. Number 1 will be ZAR, who ran 10th. A Command was the winner of this race, and ZAR was the one who was at 2 outings, 9th on the first outing being Alpha, and 10th out of 11 runners being Air Command. This is the current summer run you're looking at of ZAR, rated at 47. We have a couple of horses coming up for scrutiny with number 2, Venus Bay, number 3, Mega Icon, number 5, Animal Queen. We also have a look at number 9 coming up for scrutiny in this race. Will be Desert Rose, and number 12, that's Tony's Pet. So let's have a look at Venus Bay. Venus Bay ran 6th to be an Erica Legend and 5th to be an Roma Victor, putting Crossnose band rated at 47.3. Mega Icon, winner in his first starting, beating Night Templar, and third being Roma Victor, rated at 44. Number 5 also coming up for scrutiny, that's Animal Queen. After winning a race, beating Musterian, ended up second being Roma Victor, 2.25 lengths behind the winner. Number 9, that's Desert Rose, finished on 10th out of 11 runners. In fact, just beat one home, Gusto out of Anacostia. Tungster Crossnose band rated at 36. And number 12, Tony's Pet, 8th on the first starting, Ben Pink Smile. And in this occasion, 4th out of 11 runners, being Roma Victor, rated at 34, is number 12, Tony's Pet. Green Coast at a Singing Speed. 4 will be Spanish Beauty. Spanish Beauty ran 4th. This horse was 5th at this stage and eventually ended up finishing on 4th, where Multifaceted was the winner of this race. Literally put a smashing performance to win by a margin of 7.5 lengths is Multifaceted, whereas number 4, Spanish Beauty, ran 4th. Burden of Proof for the C. Senora is number 4, Spanish Beauty. Tungster Crossnose band rated at 43. 6 will be Commodus. Commodus, the eventual winner in this race is Commodus, Phoenix Star out of Star Sunrise. Star Surprise is number 6, Commodus, race number 43. Well, this horse had to literally fight out in the last few meters and quickened once he passed Constanza, and Commodus won by 1 3/4 lengths from Tungster Basketball, rated at 37. Next runner will be number 7, Scarlet Princess. Second foremost for the journey, then went ahead and won by a margin of 4 3/4 lengths after some performances where he's been running second and thirds. Ended up eventually winning this race is Scarlet Princess. When tongue stop rated at 37 is number 7, Scarlet Princess. She did eventually win on this occasion is Scarlet Princess. Well, 8 will be Bernardini. Bernardini was the one who was third for most per journey and got that opening in between runners to eventually come and win by a margin of 2.5 lengths, beating Industrialist, rated at 36 is number 8, Bernardini. Number 10 is Half Seas. Half Seas is the one who ran 9th. Is Half Seas. Well, as out of Declaration of War out of Rafale is number 10, Half Seas, who ran 9th out of 10 runners, in fact. Well, this is race number 114 over that 7 for long trip. Spawning Blinkers, Tungster Crossnose band rated at 36. 11 will be No Opinion. Let's move on to No Opinion's form. Well, No Opinion ran 4th on the starting. Tokyo Rose was the winner. Well, leading the pack was No Opinion and finished on ending up 4th on the starting as No Opinion. Stern Opinion out of Leila Wu is the number 11, no opinion. Winner in his last starting by beating Kashmir, but on this occasion is up there. And finally, the last few strides finished on fourth, rated at 36 is number 11, no opinion. The last race coming up will be the 8th race of the evening, the Chennai Cup Division 1. Distance is 1100 meters, and we have a look at number 1, Midnight Sky. Midnight Sky was last, in fact, as Midnight Sky. Well, trailing the field is Midnight Sky and ended up 11th out of 11 runners. Starman, the winners from Blinkers Tongue Stop, rated at 32. Is out of Ace, out of Accessorize is number 1, Midnight Sky. 2 will be Perfect Golden Era. Perfect Golden Era ran 5th. The Tokyo Rose was the winner of this race, and Perfect Golden Era was traveling the widest of all. In fact, Tokyo Rose is the one which is traveling the widest of all, and Perfect Golden Era was down the center, just given a tap or so, and at the all-important end came and finished on 5th out of 12 runners. 3rd being Cosmos, 5th out of 12 runners being Tokyo Rose from Tongue Stop rate 31. 3 will be Air of Distinction, who ran 5th. Bernardini was the winner. Well, that pack bunch was Air of Distinction, almost 8th for most part of the journey, and improved to run 5th out of 8 runners is Air of Distinction. Excellent out of the Gold Mary is number 3, Air of Distinctions from Blinkers, rated at 26 is number 3, Air of Distinction. 4 will be Galvarino, and also coming up will be number 6, Princess Pride. These are the 2 runners we go across to. Depth Charge was the winner, but let's have a look at Galvarino. Race number 57 in the colors of red with white chevrons, dark blue cap is Galvarino, ran 7th out of 10 runners is Galvarino. This is race number 57. You're looking at Tungsta Crosses band, rated at 25, whereas number 6, Princess Pride, who finished on 2nd out of 10 runners. Race number 57, Small Blinkers rated 25. Depth Charge was the winner, winning by a margin of 5 3/4 of a length. Small Blinkers rated at 25 is number 6, Princess Pride. 5 will be Grecian Light. Grecian Light ran 2nd. Lookout was the winner of this race, and Grecian Light was in the 2nd position and ultimately finished on there itself, 4 3/4 lengths behind Lookout. In fact, is Grecian Light. Win legend of Grecian Hello. After that, 4th behind the Capstone, ended up running 2nd is number 5, Grecian Light. 7 will be Winning Force. Winning Force finished 4th. Varkaswa was the winner of this race, and Winning Force is the one was almost 6-7 wide off the fence, but running undercover, in fact, and ended up 4th on the starting is Winning Force. The multi-dimensional of Romantic Scene is number 7, Winning Force. 4th being Angelino, 4th being Varkas was Tug rated at 24. Colonel Harty, and also coming up will be number 10, but Colonel Harty was the one who ran 9th out of 12 runners. Another Rainbow, the winners from Crossnose band, rated at 22. After that, 2nd in Winter being King of Shadows is Colonel Harty, whereas number 10 coming up for scrutiny will be Admirable, who ran 4th out of 12 runners is Admirable. Well, was leading the field for most part of the journey, and then ultimately ran 4th out of 12 runners being another Rainbows from Blinkers Tongue Staff, rated at 20 is number 10, Admirable. Burden of Proof of Rhapsody in Blues, number 10, Admirable. 9 will be Skybound. Skybound ran 10th. The Land of Liberty was the winner, and Skybound was the one who was in the 3rd last position. Was Skybound is at a fantastic debut of Attitude of Blue is Skybound, finished 10th out of 10, 10th out of 12 runners. Land of Liberty, the winner. This is the winter run looking at. From Tungsta Crosses band, side cheek piece, rated at 21 is number 9, Skybound. 11 will be Mayurana. Mayurana comes in next. Was in that 2nd last position was Mayurana, and ended up eventually finishing on there itself as Mayurana. Midnight Interlude of Tatbik, in fact, is number 11, Mayurana. After the 3rd being Tio Rico, ran a poor race, in fact, over that 1100-meter trip, finishing on 9th out of 10 runners is Mayurana. In race number 86, when Tungsta Crosses band, rated at 19. The last runner for the day will be number 12, Command Post, who ran 8th. Foytama was the winner of this race, whereas Command Post, Arizona of Brooklyn is number 12, Command Post. 8th BN Command with 6th BN Multifaceted. 8th bin Foytama. That's the form and credentials. This is the winter runner looking at. When Tungsta rated at 27. The rated at 17 is number 12, Command Post. So that's why in the preview of today's races. We'll join you tomorrow for the biggest and the most glittering event, the Kingfisher Ultra Derby. Until then, thank you from all of us.